Kaya kubuuza. Salamu alaikum kojja. Kati ekisooka lwaki orekinga motoka eyo?
Really resources. Now bwe mbanga ngenda mu rallies nga zaawala ntwala emmotoka emwesika.
Okay, towing a rally car, then you use it for recce as well.
Cut resources in time and money.
Yeah.
Kati bwe nkozesa eno recce nyanguyizibwa basina time, but also it's cheaper.
Okay, so it's not your choice of car, like it's not you'd prefer a different car.
No, it's not my budget. Actually my standard is in a skemotoka bwe ntuuka wala empangisa emmotoka eri wansi nenkola recce.
Ekyokubiri ekyokubiri saawa zino ziri 4:45. Why are you wrecking at this time? As opposed to say 6 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock?
Yeah, of course, Kale, this is just the final run.
Oh, you've been through already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is we are just doing our final.
Okay. So mwabadde mwali akumacha?
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. Even yesterday. Okay, fantastic. Kale. Yeah, great. Those are my 2 questions for today. Yeah.
Njagala naawe obeere ng'ono Guy mutabani.
Buuza Frank.
Njagala ove
buuza Frank wenjireese. Mubuuze. Katubuulire what happened here today.
I found a Buddha guy on that very jump behind me. In my leg. Just abrupt. I went hard.
Okay. Ne onnyoddeko ku mazzi ago oba? N'ettaka tonyweddeko? Abdul Katiti lwaki oyambadde masiki? Temina AC?
Enfuufu tina AC.
Akamotoka kalungi nkalaba kalimu emitayimbwa biki. Kakati akamotoka kano lwaki motoka eno? Lwaki muvuga 10 mu Recce?
Lwaki tuvuga 10? Yetuwa ITM ka gyetuvuga. Okugeraageranya ekyokubiri left hand ate nga ya gear. Era n'obanga okozemu speed 6 8 ti ku gear gy'okwatako wano ogeraganya amanyi g'eno n'ageeri era muwere ekkono inokwata ku gear.
Okay. Ekyokubiri lwaki muze okukola Recce saawa zino? Lwaki temuze ku 8?
Saawa zino twetegekera kugenda kukebera motoka nga weetuli
mwagala kumaliriza
tuwumule twebake tulinde laale kubanga laale ya musinde.
Kale good luck.
Thank you.
Kale good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so I set off this morning very early, 6 o'clock from Kampala, and to make it down to Mbarara for Recce and scrutineering for 2025 Mbarara round 1 of the National Rally Championship. And yeah, got to Achapa, which is the starting point for the CS, which will run on Saturday, competitive section named Lumala after the sponsor. It's 30.48 kilometers and starts at Achapa and terminates at Rushororo near Sanga. So yeah, after speaking with Katete briefly, I got into the stage. The road is, first of all, the road is clearly freshly graded, actually coincidentally maintained by the Nippon Parts, which is the sponsor, Moses Lumala. The road is very, very smooth. Also, you can tell from the stage map that it's actually quite straight, not very many corners. But yeah, it's really a question of up and down, and also note that this is cow country. This is cattle country. It's ranches everywhere. On both sides of the road, you have huge ranches, miles and miles and miles. These are the guys that have the Magana again. They have herds and herds of cattle belonging to one man. It's also beautiful landscapes, very rounded hills, not a lot of vegetation, and you can see quite a long distance. So actually, when you have the road ahead of you, so I decided I would stop. I would stop for to take in some views, and as you can see, we actually have some locals. This is a local. This is a rancher who's actually, as you can see already, he's very fast. So you can tell what sort of speed a ride will be doing. I also happen to see some very, very beautiful houses. These are palatial homes, palatial ranch homes, on top of the hills, far away from the main road. It's beautiful. You actually need to see this by yourself. Yeah, so you need to see these homes and these ranches, cows, all beautiful. It's really a serene environment. But then when that car passed me, I actually realized it was actually throwing stones back at at my car, the windscreen. So I decided I need to get back to the business, which is the business of Recce, what brought us. So you can see this road is very smooth. It's also very, very straight. You can actually see maybe as much as 8 kilometers ahead of you. It's incredible. Not my choice of road, I wouldn't love honestly, personally, I would be, get bored with this kind of thing. But, not to say it's actually, not all of it is smooth. You have some holes, you have some jumps, like really huge, humongous, what they call mahina jumps, with big humps, almost the height of up to the bonnet of the car. And you also have some holes, as you can see, and you have some trenches as well. Some water holes, some dips, but for a rally car, again, this will be really quick. This is 30 kilometers, 30.48 kilometers. I estimate an average speed well in excess of 120 kilometers an hour. So this stage will be done in under 15 minutes under these conditions, dry, So yeah, so you have, a very, very straight road. Again, a bit of a breakup, small interruptions, little holes and trenches here and there, but then it's really, really straight. So the stage does basically it's in the form of a U, an inverted U. So you have a straight of about 11.5 kilometers that comes to, a milk collecting point. I don't know if it's, I forgot to pick the name of this village. And then at this point you're going to turn left. So as you can see, then we have a Faizo Kaira who drives a Subaru Impreza WRX GC8, which he also uses a similar car for Recce. That's not his rally car. It actually looks a lot smarter than his rally car. And then it goes straight for another maybe 8, and then you have another turn left, and then it goes down towards Rushororo, towards Sanga, towards the finish for another maybe 11 or so kilometers. So this is the FF. Again, very straight, as you can see. You have a jump right at that point where you can see the white pickup. It's a huge jump, so the pickup can't take it, but the rally car should be able to take it. Now, this stage also doesn't really have a viewing point. It's impossible to get into because it has ranches all around it. The only way to get in is through the start and the finish, and we don't want that. So they haven't provided any spectator, any viewing points for this. And I don't recommend anyone trying to come. Maybe if you come, maybe try to come, but then you're going to really make it difficult for rally cars. Section 88.
No, safety good man.
Safety good time. Safety siroza anti mubi naye ekkubo nga lyegorodde nnyo. Emmamba.
Obuswato bulabi.
Ate muli buswa. Muwaddemu obulinga obukula naye.
Wano ng'onootera okutuuka eno ng'ovudde wali mu ttaani esooka mu 10 kilometer.
ndabye ng'obutakataka
buswa bwa maanyi kale nja kudamukubire
naye section ogimanyi eno
buswa bwa maanyi
ndabye waliwo emikkirire emibi waliwo ebinyanya wansi awo bw'oleeta obuleesi nga weerabidde wawo oli oba notisi nga zaavuddeko ogwa mumbi
ate eri siteegi yegenda okusinga okuddukira ali akampi
sinagituukamu njamiraga kati kale kangwendeyo So yeah, so from the finish of the Lumala stage, it's a short drive, less than a kilometer to the main road, which ends up basically near just before Sanga, and there is no other road. This is the road that's going to be used by rally cars, so I suggest that spectators stay away from. Don't come to the finish. Don't come to the FF. Yeah, so from here proceeded, turned right and towards Mbarara, where we made a brief stopover at Sanga, where the service park for day 2, which is Saturday, is going to be. Sanga is a town where you have they sell a lot of ghee, muzigo or shabwe and that sort of thing. Yeah, so from Sanga proceeded to Mwesugwa Resort, a few kilometers away, and that is where this is the venue for the super special stage. It's actually, it holds a permanent track, a double track at the Mwesugwa Resort, and this will be run on Friday afternoon. There'll be 2 runs. I believe each car will do a run comprises of basically a start on each side of it. So these are 2 separate tracks, yeah, which are basically parallel, side by side, and you will each car will have to do 1 run, consists of, you know, basically a run on each side, if you get what I mean. Yeah, so the Mwesugwa Resort is a beautiful place, beautiful for accommodation and relaxation, and incidentally we happen to run into the host, Honorable Mwesugwa Rokari, who was actually busy personally, I think doing some fencing work. Said hello briefly, and he directed us to where the track is, and found 2 cars that were doing recce there, one of them being Ronald Sebuguzi, who we had encountered in the Lumala stage, and the other one being a driver I'm yet to identify, but he was driving a Subaru Forester. So yeah, parked in the middle of a track, and basically on the island that separates the 2 tracks. So you have on my right hand side there's a car, and then there'll be on the left hand side also there'll be another car. So to complete 1 run, a driver has to run on the lower side, on the right hand side, and also run on the left hand side. That is 1 run, and then they'll do a second run, which is another. So basically that is 4 runs on the track for each car. So very entertaining. The track also has so many trees, as you will see, and which makes visibility, you can't see very far from where you're standing. Yeah, so we had to speak to Sebuguzi again, you know, thought I'd ask him some more questions. Maze edita muddayo mwesoka akawungezi kati nina ekibuuzo, motoka lwaki okolera recce mu motoka eno?
emmotoka gende ate ennungi eno waagala emmotoka ngeri waggulu
SUV basi emmere y'abasibe ewooma. Yeah, so yeah, now you've had it from the drivers. So choice of Recce car is partly a science, partly, you know, it's just makes business sense or financial sense or economic sense. So drivers choose a rally car sometimes based on the terrain and, you know, what the performance, how the car will perform on those roads. But other times they basically just choose because that's what's available to them. And even in the case of Mustafa, for instance, it was a question of saving money. Basically, he uses a car that he's able to use to tow the rally car on a trailer. The same car, he can use it for recce. The same car, it can be used for service by the mechanics. So he basically saves money instead of running a fleet of another 2 or 3 cars, you know, because some people will have a truck, car carrier, then they'll have a service van and then a recce car. That's 3 cars on top of the rally car. So yeah, so that's end of recce from Mwesuga Resort. Next one, get out of Mwesuga Resort, get back onto the main Mbarara Kampala Road, heading towards Mbarara, towards Bihare, for our next stop, which is for the Maama stage, which will run both on Saturday and Sunday. So for this stage, it starts at Bihare. So Bihare is not the FF, it's not the viewing point. So spectators, please don't go there. I'm just showing you, you know, where the stage starts and what the stage looks like. So the stage starts at Bihare, at that little house, the little new house on the left. And the stage is also the road. The road is very, you know, it's very smooth, freshly graded, even in better condition than the Lumala stage. So this road, apart from it being smoother, it's actually also wider. I figure this is about 9, almost 10 meters wide, which is about 5. You can actually fit 5 cars, 5 car widths in here. So it is super fast. It's also flowing, but it's not a dead straight. You know, it's a lot more interesting to drive on this road. It also has a lot of very loose gravel on it. So you have to be careful, but it's flat out and it flows. Okay. Now this stage comes from Bihare and goes towards Kanyareru, which is back towards Kampala. That's the general direction, or towards Lyantonde Sanga. It also has some jumps in it, not as big as the ones in the Lumala stage. They've also created some artificial humps in there to slow down the rally cars, because as you can see, this stage also has some villages which are quite close. So a viewing point has been created. A viewing point has been created on this stage, and it's the main viewing point because the cars will be running here first on Friday once, and then another 3 times on Saturday. Okay, 3 times. So the last time will be the power, so that's 4 times. So this is the stage, as you can see from the perspective of a viewer. The cars will be coming from down there through that right-hander. There's a jump where the border was, and then the cars will be basically doing a turn right, or basically going to the left. From the perspective of a viewer, it's actually of a spectator. The cars will be going left from that point. So there's a nice parking spot right there, and it's just 1 kilometer from the road. So this is the point that has been given. Spectators, please come there and enjoy the cars from that point. Well, to access this point, coming from Kampala, you have to look out for a GKO security sign. But if you're coming from Mbarara, then there's a point that has Lake Mboro Secondary School. It also has Kanyarero Police Station, and it has a building on the right. So that is where you turn it for. It's for about 1 kilometer, about 1.1 kilometers to be precise. That gets you to Kanyarero, which is a trading center. And then at that point, there's a big tree in the middle of the road. At that big tree, you will turn right again. At that tree, with the shops and everything, you'll have to turn right again. And then you will have about 250 meters. About 250 meters, that gets you to the point where you will park your vehicle. It's right there. There's no walking. There's no walking for this viewing point. You just come with your vehicle, and all the way there's a nice parking spot. Yeah, I think there's Lake Mboro Warden's Training Institute on the right, but then we're going to park somewhere on the left. I should see it coming up right now. Yeah, so here we are. This is the parking spot, and the viewing point is just right there. It's just that this is the parking spot. It's a nice field, level, properly trimmed. No high grass, no rough things, no stones. It also even has a set of toilets right next to it, so right there in there. So it even has toilets. So this is very good as a viewing point.